Hey everyone, Bricknut here. My channel has hit a milestone. It's now hit 300 subscribers. So I thought I would show you my other interests, because I am a man of many hobbies, I suppose. And I'll tell you a bit about myself as well. But first, I want to give a shout out to LGM Studios for being my 300th subscriber. So thank you for subscribing, LGM Studios. And thank you to all of my other subscribers for subscribing to my channel. It's very much appreciated. And I have to say, when I first started this, I never expected to even hit 200 subscribers, let alone get up to 300. So maybe I can get up to 400. I'm not sure on what sort of time frame I'd like that in. I was going to say by the end of this year, but we'll see. Maybe by the end of the year I might get up to 500. Who knows? Anyway, I think first I'll talk a little bit about myself so you can get to know me. Well, I'm 35, turned 35 last November. I think I've been officially an AFOL since about 2004, 2005-ish. I can't remember exactly the year I got back into Lego after giving what Lego I had to my youngest brother. Not that many years before I actually got back into Lego. Yeah, I think it was actually about 2004. I'm going to go for 2004. I don't think I'll be far off. So I guess, you know, even though that's what, it's not quite 20 years, is it? But in that time, I guess I haven't actually got that much Lego, but I did move around a number of times, so I couldn't really build up the collection as I wanted. Plus my income has always been low, so, but that doesn't bother me. Well, I say it doesn't bother me. It does in the sense that I'd like to buy Lego on a more regular basis, like a set a week would be nice. Not a set every 2 weeks, but beggars can't be choosers. Anyway, I also have autism. I am an ASP. I was diagnosed quite late in life. I was only diagnosed in 2015, actually. Which did explain a lot. You've probably noticed in my videos when I've got the camera like this, or if you watch my other channel, I can't keep eye contact that long with the camera, and I can't do that with people either. My eyes wander all over the place, and that is one of the reasons I do have a short-term memory problem. But if you want to know about autism, I have got a video about it on my other channel, so if you want me to, I can drop a link in the description, or in, I don't know if YouTube would let me do it in a pinned comment, but just leave a comment and I can hopefully link the video. Or if not, I'll edit the video and put the link in there, then reply to your comment so you know the link is there. There's ways around it anyway. But yeah, that actually did answer a lot, you know, because growing up in school, I always felt odd, is the way I would describe it. I felt like I was odd, that I wasn't a normal child. You know, I didn't feel like I fitted in with any of the other kids at school. I had my own, you know, group of friends, but I just didn't feel like I fitted in with anything. You know, and I hated group activities like PE and drama, for example. They were my two loathed subjects at school. Anyway, yeah, so as I said, if you want to know any more about that, I can drop a link down below. Just leave a comment if you want to see the video. Well, my other hobbies are actually all kept in the bedroom, mostly. Apart from two, on account of I haven't got the room. If I had a bedroom the size of this flat, I would have had all my hobbies up here, but I've only got a small little flat, or a small little apartment. So, it's going to get dark because I haven't planned ahead and turned the lights on in advance, but there we go. So, this is one of the things that gets a lot of people's attention when they enter this room. I collect road lamps, or barricade lamps if you're in America. And I have got all sorts of shapes and sizes and colours, and they're all for different uses as well, not just roadworks. The amber ones, primarily roadworks. But there's blue lens ones, which are emergency service. UK emergency services use the blue ones. I've got another one there. I've got a blue and amber one there. I've got red and amber pair there, which are for the railway. There's a red cone lamp up there. There's that railway lamp and sign there, and I've got two more in the hallway. I'll show you. I've got three American ones up there as well. There's another blue one, and I've got another blue one up there. And there's red ones. I believe these sorts of red ones with the what they call a 360 lens were used on airports. There's another one. I've got another one up there. And there's another couple of red lensed lamps there that would have been used on either the railways or even scaffolding. In London they tended to use red and white lamps on scaffolding, much like that one up there. Red one side, white the other. But that one is actually, it's got the scaffolding bracket on it, the one right on the end, but it's got a double red lens, so I'm not actually sure if that would have been a scaffolding lamp. But I've got all sorts, and some of them are really old, like the oldest battery ones are on this end, those two. But the oldest lamps are those two up there. They run on paraffin or lamp oil. They will run on lamp oil as well. And if you've got some of these fancy garden torches you can get lamp oils to put in them to burn. That's what I've got in one of those actually. Right. The next interest, as you've probably already seen looking at the lamps, is die-cast cars. Mostly this scale, this small scale. And I've got a whole row of Hot Wheels, and on top of the shelf in front of the lamps is Corgi, including some mint and boxed ones here. And I've got fire engines all on here. And a bunch of cars on there, and some there, and some in front of the TV, and I've also got, there's a closet just through there and round to the left, a few tubs of toy cars in there as well, and a bunch under the bed. I've got all my Ford Mustangs under the bed that I need to find a home for. So, and my stepdad, I will show you them, but my stepdad has restored a few vintage ones for me as well. Vintage Matchbox ones. Actually, speaking of the bed, I'm going to sit down for a minute. So, pretty much my third interest is old technology. Especially from sort of like my childhood era, so I've got PS1 and games there, and I've got PS2 and games there. Lots of PS2 games. And PS1 games. I think I've got over 150 PS2 games now. think it's just over 100 PS1 games. I can't remember the exact total of either. But I've also got like that retro boom box on the bedside cabinet there. And I've got another one over there by that PC. And up on that shelf I've got some portable radio cassettes, radio cassette players and radios up there. Along with an old stereo here with a record player, and I've got tapes, records, CDs, old PCs. That one's actually the oldest PC I've got. That runs Windows 3.1, Windows 95. I've got some more older PCs under here. One that's actually custom built. It's custom built Windows XP for gaming. Old audio amplifier. I've got all sorts of old technology. Some old flashlights on there and joysticks for gaming. And up here I've got a bunch of laptops. Some of them are obscured by that box of light bulbs. But yeah, there's about 25 laptops, something like that in there. Oldest again being a Windows 3.1 laptop. And I think the newest up there would be Windows XP. I don't think I've got anything newer up there. Down here the newest I think is Windows 10. Or it might be Windows 7, I can't remember off the top of my head. And I've got another old record player down there that needs some work. That's what I was going to show you. So it doesn't just end there. I've got a drawer full of stuff. I've got a lot of these old Nokia mobile phones and other mobile phones in here. Got this old Siemens. And I would say about 99% of the phones in here do still work, including these Nokias. I actually forgot how much weight was in one of them. I've got an old set of Sony Ericsson phone speakers, all sorts. And this one, got an old camera, video camera, pocket TV, some early digital cameras, not the earliest, but some earlier ones, all sorts. Some handheld games there. So yeah, the hobbies I can't show. Well, I can show you part of one. Traffic cones. I've got over 60 traffic cones down in the shed. I think I've got a couple of pairs because I don't really like duplicates. But I know I've got like at least 2 of some cones out there. And I've got traffic barriers and other traffic management items down there that I've collected up. I really don't know why I'm interested in such things like that. I always have been, as a little kid. When I was, you know, knee high, I was always interested in roadworks. So I guess that's one reason I collect all these lamps. And I just generally like different forms of lighting anyway. You know, I've got a random fluorescent light fitting laying down there. I've got a random one up on the ceiling. I've got those blue emergency beacons up there that had been taken off of old decommissioned fire vehicles and traded in, actually. Not to me, but the guy who got them off, he actually has a business selling such warning beacons and amber ones which are for general purpose here. You know, he's got a website and a big business, sells them all, and it seems that he takes trade-ins for the old ones because he supplies them for the emergency services as well. So I'm guessing that's how he come across those, traded them in for the new LED light bars. Yeah, I think well, actually that's another light I've got now, that retro string of lights that I've put up under there. And that's an LED sign, so I suppose technically that lights up. But I guess the most or the only interest that I do worry about telling people is that one. My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic. I know what people are going to ask, why the heck is a 35-year-old man into a kid's cartoon? Well, I've always liked animations. Again, that's what I preferred to watch as a kid. I was never really into anything else. Especially animated movies. I love animated movies. And I'd known about the Brony fandom for a while. Well, actually, ever since, My Little Pony Friendship is Magic was released in 2010. And I didn't think much of it, I was just like, yeah, that's what they like, that's fine with me. I'm pretty laid back, there's not a lot that bothers me. And I got bored one evening a couple of years ago, and it was suggested on Netflix. And I thought, why not? I haven't watched that cartoon yet. Let's give it a watch. I've got nothing else to do. Let's see if it's as good as people have said it is. And I started at season 1, episode 1, and one episode led to another, and so on. And I did a bit of research on Facebook on some fan groups, joined a few, and basically became a brony as well. And to be honest, not only have I made some good friends through being an AFOL, but I've also made good friends through the Brony fandom and the toy cars. So to me, if you're making good friends through a hobby, regardless of what that hobby is or that interest, then it doesn't really matter, does it, to me? That's all that matters, that you enjoy it and you've made friends. But I was going to show you, I've got these two up here, look. Most people put pictures, something, like that on their wall. Not me, I put railway lamps on my wall. I do apologise for the sniffing, but my sinuses are playing up chronically tonight. Oh, the joys of having a sinus issue. Yeah. Oh, that was the other one. Bicycles. Nearly forgot about that one. I've never had a driving licence. I'm not going to say I've never driven a car, because I have. Only just to move it around on the driveway, or just to move a car out of the way, something like that, Not actually, I've not illegally driven around a town or anything. Although it had been tempting. I will admit it was tempting when I was younger, but anyway. Yeah, so I've always been a cyclist. Ever since I'd learnt to ride a bike. One of my main mountain bikes I built 3.5 years ago. Yep, I built it myself. I built this. See, computers especially is one of my favourite, probably my favourite subcategory when it comes to technology. But yeah, I built this one. I've built a number of computers that I've got in this flat. But I built the bicycles as well. I just seem to be good at putting things together like that. I wouldn't consider myself an expert in either field, although I do get a lot of friends, they often come to me, I've got a problem with my computer, I've got a problem with my bike, and I do fix it, but I still don't consider myself an expert. I don't even consider myself an expert with Lego. I'm always learning things, even after all these years, so... Plus there's a lot of things I forget, so... But, yeah, I just love it, especially in summer, sitting outside in the fresh air. And all I start with is a bicycle frame, and I put the whole thing together piece by piece. And build one, or I'll take a bike that would be considered scrap to most people, but I see potential in it, and I'll take it down to my workshop at my mum's. I don't do. I used to fix the bikes here, but ever since Mum moved, and my stepdad actually built a little workshop shed thing in the corner of the garden for me, I do all my bike repairs and bike stuff down there now. See, this is what I mean by memory. I've totally lost my train of thought. I know I was talking about bikes. Oh dear, never mind. They'll probably come to me in about 6 hours' time. I don't think it helps that I get sidetracked like that quite easily. Oh, that was it. I was talking about how nice it was just to sit in the garden and... Oh yeah, that was it. Got my train of thought back. Let's come back to the station. Yeah, I can take a bike that most people would consider scrap and probably just taking it down to the local dump or something, and I can turn it into a fully usable, fixed up bicycle. I do it once in a while, and usually I'll ride them around for a month or two and I'll get bored with it, so I'll put it up for sale. There's actually one in the shed I might put up for sale because I'm already bored of it and want some room in the shed. So, probably not the best 300 sub special, but I really didn't have many ideas, to be honest. And I just thought this would be nice so you'd know a bit more about me and my other hobbies and interests. You know, so I'm not just... Well, hopefully not just a random person you're all subscribed to, you know a little bit more about me. Of course, if you've got any questions, feel free to put them down in the comments below, as long as they're not too personal. I might make YouTube videos, but I do like to keep certain things personal, so any question welcome, just not the personal ones. Yeah, so thanks a lot for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I will talk to you all again very soon. Bye bye.